Lads, lads, lads.
RHIAN Brewster, I'm so excited. This is going to be one of the most momentous signings. This could be like the next Brian Dean. This could be as legendary as Billy Sharp currently is to so many blades of a certain generation. I can't tell you how excited I am because it was so protracted. It went on for so long. Was it going to happen? Was something going to break down with the personal terms right at the end? And it didn't. The Blades got it over the line. Number one target, Alan Knill and Chris Wilder's main man. A guy for Swansea who had 25 shots on target from, I think it was 46, scored 11 goals. His XG was only 8, so he outscored what he was expected to score. A bit like Moose, I like the fact that he's one of these players that just takes a shot early, doesn't mess about. He won't try and walk the ball into the goal. If he sees an opening, he's just going to take it. That's what we need. That's exciting. If he gets the kind of service, which I know he can provide, he's going to score a hatful of goals. This is only exciting.
What Chris Wilder wants, Chris Wilder gets. And he's landed his number one target, RHIAN Brewster. Welcome to Sheffield United. And in the words of Chris Wilder, I'm absolutely delighted. Well done, Betis, again, getting this over the line. Apparently Bruce said he decided on, Wednesday, that he was going to come to us, so all very last minute, but we got it over the line. And well done the Prince again for backing Wilder and giving him what he needed. Criticism for the Prince I've seen bandied around social media, absolute nonsense. One of the highest net spenders in the league. Spent ridiculous amounts of money on young, decent players. So any criticism labelled the Prince is just bonkers. Imagine if McCabe was still at the helm. But on to Brewster. So Liverpool comes from a big team. They must rate him because we've got this 3-year buyback clause and 15% sell-on fee. Klopp spoke highly of him. So yeah, another great signing from another great team. We needed a striker. We'll be crying out for that, as we know. And we need someone to finish on get on the end of these crosses we're putting into the box. One of the most highest numbers of crosses in the league. Need someone to get on the end of them, and hopefully we've found our man. As a player, he's clinical, as you can see if you look for his goals online. Clinical with both feet as well. Goals from various areas of the box, also outside the box, some cracking goals. And with both feet as well, which is nice to see. He's a quick player, not like super fast like Burke or Mousse, but he's got a decent bit of pace on him, which is another good thing for us. We've been lacking that. Overall, deadly in the box and seems to be another young, confident player. What now for Billy Sharp? I have to ask. We've got McBurney, Brewster, McGoldrick, Mousse when he's fit, Burke. Is there a place now for the legend that is Billy Sharp? I don't know. Maybe, with injuries, possibility he'll be in the squad, but maybe we might have seen the last of Billy, sadly, in the Premier League for us. But we can't rely on our strikers alone. I think it's something to bear in mind. We've had goals from midfield last season. We need to rediscover that. It's fantastic to get Brewster, and I'm a very optimistic Blade. I'm not a pessimistic Blade. But I think it's important to take a minute to consider what if Brewster gets injured, what if he gets COVID and he has to isolate. We can't just rely on him alone. So with our hopefully lift our strikers, they'll start performing better. And let's just have a nice group of good talented strikers. He's not played a Premier League minute as well yet. We need to give him time. Don't get on his back, Blades, for pity's sake. Overall, I'm very positive. I think let's stay positive. Who'd have thought we'd see this in our lifetime? The amount of money that's been spent, Sheffield United in the Premier League. Yes, we're not there in person, but hopefully we'll get back there soon. But just enjoy it, Blades. This is a great time. Great time to be a Blade, great manager, and I'm just loving it. Come on, the Blades!
Afternoon, Blades fans. Nick has asked us to do a short reaction video to the biggest news of the week, news that I think we've all been waiting for, and that is the green and gold kit, obviously. Isn't it great? I've already ordered mine, should be here later this year. But no, I don't think that's what he wanted us to talk about. I think he wanted us to talk about £23 million or up to £23 million RHIAN Brewster. And for me, it's what we need to be doing. It's a good bit of business. I would have said this before the 3 straight matches prior to the Arsenal match today, but it fits the mold of what Wilder and Betis and the Prince have been up to, and that's get them young, get them hungry, get them at a good price so that if the season ends in disaster, that we should be able to sell the bits and pieces we need to sell in order to at least break even or hopefully make a profit. So I think we're getting somebody young and hungry. He didn't want to sit around Liverpool and bide his time. He knows that Liverpool will go out and buy big money players like Jota from Wolves. So he's not really the heir apparent there to Firmino or Mane or Salah. So he wants to further his career. 10 goals at Swansea last year. And I think he'll give us that bit of pace that we desperately need. And hopefully some finishing to go along with it. So we'll be really interested to see how he fits into the formation, whether he pairs with McBurney or Burke. I think it'd be interesting to see him and Mouse take a run at stretching defenders if and when Moose comes back to the squad. So again, you add him to the likes of Lowe and Bogle and Berger and Ramsdale, and we're getting this young talent in. And people will say that maybe we spent too much money, 18 million up to 23 after add-ons for a guy who's really never played any Premiership football, but you could say the same thing about Ollie Watkins, 33 million to Villa. So I think you just have to have faith that the board and Wilder know what they're doing, that Betis knows what he's doing. We've had our misses. It's fair. We've had Leonard and Evans and Ricky Holmes. So nothing's guaranteed. But this one, I think, 20 years old, Liverpool product, scored goals in the Championship, pace. That's what the Blades need. So excited for his future, and hopefully it's a long one, and it's a long one in the Premier League with the Blades as well. Take care. Talk to you soon.
I'm 37 and a half years old. I've been a Blade for 37 and a half years. I've just seen the day we spent £23.5 million on an unproven Premier League striker. Wow, let that sink in. Okay, it has sunk in, and I tell you what, I am very, very, very excited by the signing of RHIAN BREWSTER. He's the 48th permanent signing by Chris Wilder as Sheffield United manager, if you like a little bit of trivia, but it could be one of the best. It's a hefty price tag, but let's have a look at the deal. It suits all parties. RHIAN BREWSTER gets to play in the Premier League as a centre-forward, what he is paid to do. He scores goals. Sheffield United are happy. It justifies the fee because he scores the goals that ultimately will keep us in the Premier League this season. He scores a bucket load of goals, and potentially Liverpool could buy him back, but we would make a £12-13 million profit on that. So it's all good. It suits everybody. What does RHIAN BREWSTER bring? Pace, agility, and ability. He shoots, and he scores goals. Not just from inside the box, but from outside the box. Something we've been sadly missing. But he's got confidence. I watched a video the day he signed, and the way he walked around the club, it was like home. I know when I start a new job, you've got first day nerves, meeting people. But he was like at home. He was high-fiving the players, hugging them, laughing, joking, and it was great to see. It's like he fitted in immediately. He wants to play for Sheffield United. He wants to play for Chris Wilder. We want him to play for Sheffield United. Chris Wilder wants him. Now, I'm recording this the day after Ollie Watkins has scored a hat-trick, and he's a player that I would like to see, and that was against Liverpool, so no mean feat. But RHIAN BREWSTER has come from Liverpool. He's played with some greats, albeit on the training field, but this guy could be great. He needs a strike partner. He needs someone to provide service, give him chances. He won't be fazed by missing 4 or 5 chances because he'll put the ball in the back of the net. But I make a plea to all Sheffield United fans watching this. You're not in the grounds, but RHIAN BREWSTER is young and he is on social media. If he does not score for 3, 4, 5 games, please do not make him the scapegoat. Please. He's got a big fee. He's got a lot to live up to. I've seen it with so many other players where we like to criticise and get on his back. This guy will come good. He will score goals and he is exciting. So come on, Blades. Chris Wilder has spent £23.5 million. Sheffield United managers are traditionally not very good at spending money. Sander Berg was a big signing. He's starting to show how good he is. RHIAN BREWSTER is going to be even better. The future's bright. We need a good song from him. We haven't got one, but I'm very, very, very excited and think that Brewster could become a Sheffield United legend. Big statement, I know, but that is the confidence I have. International break now, back against Fulham, first 3 points in the bag. The Blades are back. Come on, Blades!
Hey guys, Robert here with a little bit of a reaction on the Brewster signing from Liverpool. Really excited for this kid. I think he's going to be a great natural goal scorer for Sheffield United. Looking at some of the goals that he scored last year, I think he can put it in all types of ways. He's got goals from crosses. He's got goals from long range. He's got goals where he's got his back to the goal, turns around, puts it in the bottom corner. And that's something we've been lacking this year. So definitely a player we need. The price tag, I think, is high. 18 million going up to 23.5 potentially, which would break the club record transfer fee. So it's definitely has some concern if it doesn't work out. But looking at his track record, looking at his past performances, I have no doubt that RHIAN BREWSTER is going to be a great striker for us for either the near future or the long run. The 3-year buyback clause has a lot of folks concerned. But in the end, if it gets triggered, that means that RHIAN BREWSTER is that good and that we've had a couple years of him at that level. Probably means that we've been saved from relegation, is my guess. Because if we get relegated even with Brewster, I doubt Liverpool is going to want him back anytime soon. So it only means good things if Liverpool triggers that. Plus, it means that we're going to make money on the deal as well as the couple years we have with him. So I think it's going to be a little bit better than the Dean Henderson situation where we had him on loan for 2 years, paid some of his wages, and then just had to give him up for nothing. So I'm optimistic that RHIAN BREWSTER is going to be great for us. I'm excited to see him in action next week against Fulham. Hopefully he can put a couple past him. But yeah, let's go. Up the Blades and up Brewster.
Look at that ping from Norwood. Makes other teams look no good. We've got a team full of leaders. Alan Hill, Chris Wilder taught us. Yeah, there was us on the tour bus. Look how many goals Billy scored us. It's beautiful downtown Bromley. We are the boys from Shore.